Hey everyone, my name's Steve Thomas and this is my wife Kristen, and we are your realtors from Las Vegas and Henderson with Berkshire Hathaway, here to bring you your August market update, Las Vegas real estate market update. Today we're filming on location as always in a really beautiful community out here in Henderson. But this community has actually got a really interesting history and a little bit of a controversial history, right, Kristen?
It does, yeah. So we are in Cadence, which is a nationally ranked master plan community out here in Henderson. Now, this ground that we are standing on currently was originally used as in World War II as a dumping site for a magnesium production plant. Actually, the biggest magnesium
one in the United States.
US, which was responsible for a lot of bombs and planes that we use, which is pretty interesting. So from that time all the way up until 1976, it was actually used as a dumping ground for industrial waste.
Doesn't sound very attractive.
It doesn't, but I will say, since then they've spent over $100 million completely remediating it, testing again to make sure that it's safe for you and your family.
Yeah.
So
they had the Environmental Protection Agency out here as well to certify it and make sure it's clean. And as you can see, it's beautiful right where we are.
Yeah, they took it from one extreme to the other. This whole community is really built on being like eco-conscious. A lot of the homes have solar panels. This water behind us is actually
reclaimed water.
Yeah, reclaimed water that's used to water this entire 50-acre park that is at the heart of Cadence. They have a bike share program so that anyone in the community can check out a bike, ride around. It's a really great community. We also have a children's play area, splash pad, as well as a 10-lane lap pool.
Yeah, and I believe there's 4 builders that participated or participating in the currently in the building of this master plan community, because it's not actually finished. I believe it's going to be finished in about another 10 or 15 years. It might even be even further than that, but definitely come out if you're looking at other alternative housing opportunities out in Henderson, because this is right close to Lake Mead. So if you like doing water sports and enjoying the outdoors of Lake Mead more so than maybe Mount Charleston on the the other side of town, absolutely check out Cadence. So should we get into the market update, Kristen?
Let's do it.
Tell
let's
everyone
get into the numbers.
A little bit about what's going on. So I feel that just before we get into that, I feel everyone's a little nervous.
I think so too.
Are you experiencing that?
Yeah, we're getting a lot more questions. What's going on in the market?
Yeah.
When is the next crash
Should
coming?
I sell? Should I buy? Should we wait? What's going on right now? So we've got the answer for that for you guys. So stay tuned and we'll go through the numbers and try and make some sense of all this nervousness.
Right, so the best thing, like you said, the best thing we can do is look at the statistics, look at what's happening. So we've got some major points to take a look at today. Now the first one is the slowdown in appreciation. Now our median sales price for single family properties last month was $303,000. Now, if you've been watching our videos, you know that it's been hovering around that same price for the last 4 months or so. However, these numbers are up. The median sales price is up 4.5% from last year, which is a really healthy appreciation. We're not seeing those crazy double digits that we were seeing, back 4 or 5 years ago.
That was good.
That was nice. Fun.
Yeah.
That was fun for us, but that wasn't fun for first-time home buyers, people trying to get into the market, right?
Right. Yeah, very difficult for a first-time home buyer, for sure.
It was. Yeah. So that's actually healthy that we're seeing the crazy appreciation slowdown. There is a low inventory of entry-level homes. So the slowing appreciation will allow that entry-level buyer to really catch up.
And hopefully with the Fed decreasing the interest rates recently, that will act as more of a stimulus to that.
That's what they're hoping. Yeah. That's really what they're hoping.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and on that same line, we've been seeing some great interest rates.
Money's pretty cheap right now. I've been having clients getting approved for 3.7 in that sort of region, 3.7%. And when we bought our house 5 years ago, our interest rate was 3.6.
Right, and then since then we've seen it go up to 5%. So it's a really great time.
It's dropped right back down. So first-time home buyers, really great time to shop right now.
Absolutely. Now, the other thing I want to talk about today, Steve, is the increasing inventory. Now, it's pretty much the same inventory that we had last month, but from this same time last year, there are 4,000 more homes on the market. That's a lot of homes. That's a lot of inventory for buyers to pick from.
Yeah, that really is. Yeah, I mean, I guess that sort of feeds into the nervousness that maybe people have been feeling.
Yeah.
Or maybe, you know, I'm just playing devil's advocate, that the people that have realized appreciation in their properties that bought like we did,
Yeah.
you know, 4 or 5 years ago and have been seeing those double-digit returns and maybe like, hey, this is a great time for us now to maybe downsize, upsize,
It's true.
move out of state,
Yeah.
whatever it may be.
It's all situational, isn't it?
But it's definitely good for buyers because you've got more options.
Absolutely. Yeah, less bidding wars than you would have seen back a while
Last
ago.
year.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the next point is months of inventory. So we're seeing 2.6 months of inventory compared to 1.6 months of inventory the same time last year. Now, that still means that we're generally around the whole Vegas Valley, we're still in a seller's market, which means the seller has a slight advantage, but that varies.
Yeah, it's really community to community. We've heard of or you may have heard of the saying, all real estate is local. That really does apply here in Las Vegas,
Yeah.
because there are some communities where there's only 1 month of inventory, which heavily favors the seller. And then there's other communities that have got 12 months of inventory that heavily favors the buyer.
Right.
So your agent really needs to know the market in which you're either buying or selling to give you the best advice.
Yeah, absolutely. And then my final point that I wanted to talk about today is the decrease in total sales around the valley. So our sales are actually up from the previous month, so that's good. They're up 8.9% from last month.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, but they are lagging behind last year just a little bit, just by around 100 sales, and that's almost nothing.
Yeah.
So overall, we're just seeing the market really level out, aren't we?
Yeah, and I think this is probably where the nervousness has been coming in, because for the last like 20 years
We've been spoiled.
it's been like a roller coaster,
Yeah,
hasn't it?
yeah.
I mean, it really has. And now it's flatlining, you know, it's leveling off.
Right.
But we just read a report from the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors president, who said that, and made more sense of the numbers maybe than we did, and just said that this is actually the most stable economy or market that Las Vegas has had in 20 years.
Yeah.
And it is.
It is.
All you need
It's
to
great.
do now is just look at the numbers, and we can see that it's very stable. Now, who's got a crystal ball? Nobody, right? Who knows what's going to happen in the future? Who knows? But let's just, you know, look at it for what it is right now. And I think that it's a really great time
Right.
for buyers and sellers, and generally for the Las Vegas community. I mean, look at the construction going on. I drove past the Las Vegas Stadium yesterday, and wow, that is really coming along.
Yeah,
and I love
it is.
the whole back of it's going to open up, and you can see the strip from the back of the stadium.
That's
That is
gonna
going to
be
be really
incredible.
wild. And I heard also, and I saw some renderings, that the roof is a semi-transparent roof.
Wow.
So it's going to allow light in, but not the searing Nevada sun.
Right.
So it's going to
Yeah.
be really cool. There's lots of development going on commercially with the conference
Yeah, the Las Vegas Convention
Center.
That's going to
That's
add up.
really going to be huge.
Absolutely.
And I was speaking to somebody in the convention space recently, and he said that it's been very seasonal.
Yes.
But what they're trying to do with this is level it out so that we've got a consistent amount of traffic coming through the city throughout the whole of the year.
Yeah, that
And I
would be
think that's
great.
only smart. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So since we are in Henderson, and we're a little bit biased, we love Henderson.
We live here
obviously. Yeah.
ourselves. Not in Cadence, but we live in Henderson.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on downtown Henderson that's really exciting. So I'm not sure if you heard, but we have the Google Data Center coming. We have the Golden Knights have sponsored an ice rink, like a community ice rink.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, that we can have, you know, our small teams practice, events, open skating, which is really exciting. And then Steve, I found
Do you remember when we went ice skating? Went up and
Steve's got some tricks.
I can twirl.
Yeah, he's got one move and it's a twirl, but it's good. It's good. But yeah, so this company called Assured Development.
Oh, this is my favorite. I love this.
Yeah, this is really exciting. So they have actually bought up 4 mixed-use development projects in downtown Henderson and Water Street. Now these are going to be, like I said, mixed use, so they'll have retail on the bottom, living area on the top. And I think that's really exciting. There's a big push to revitalize downtown Henderson. If you heard of last Friday, they're holding a lot of events, and I don't know, I really see it coming back. I see this working, and
it's got so much potential. And there's an amazing Mexican restaurant. Do you remember the name of it?
Juan's Flaming Fajitas.
Oh, guys, go and check.
Yes.
Go and check that place out. Juan's Flaming Fajitas. It's easy for you to say. There's still some construction going on here. If you can hear some diggers and movers going around. But yeah, if you're shopping for a home in the Henderson area or Las Vegas, we would absolutely love to help you. If you've enjoyed our market update, please feel free to subscribe and keep learning a little bit more about what's happening in the Las Vegas real estate market and the community in general. Again, my name's Steve Thomas. My wife Kristen. Thanks again for joining. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.